call the October 29th DRC meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. Community Development is present. Police.
Andrew King.
Public Works.
Dale Smith.
Fire.
Jeremy Holderfield.
And Building is not present, so we have a skeleton crew in time for Halloween. All right, first item on the agenda is a special exception for 85 and 135 Hermit Smith Road. The applicant is here in attendance, and if you'd like to address the DRC, now would be your opportunity to do so.
Good morning, Jonathan Hewells with the Lowndes Law Firm, 215 North Eola Drive, Orlando. What's before you today is a special exception request for industrial outdoor storage. The property is currently zoned industrial, but this specific use would require a special exception. Right now, the property is currently developed as a truck storage and maintenance facility, which is a non-conforming use, and that can continue for so long as that use isn't not expanded or interrupted for more than 180 days. Idea here is the new owner would come in and bring the property up to code requirements, both for parking surfaces as well as stormwater and every other applicable code provision, and then convert it to a very like use of industrial outdoor storage. So we've had a pre-app on this request, and we have a conceptual site plan, and just looking to move it to the Planning Commission for consideration. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Hewells? And I'll just add that the outdoor storage as a principal use, requires a special exception from the Planning Commission, and then that use is either approved with conditions, or denied by the Planning Commission. If it's denied, they have a right to appeal to the City Council. With that, Community Development has nothing further. Police.
No comments.
Public Works.
I will get our comments when they submit a site plan.
Okay, thank you. And Fire.
As far as water goes, you guys will be running water, from what I understand, from the fire side.
TJ Moore, 1828 Engineering. They're proposing to have a small modular building on site that we will be running water to, and we're getting the hydrant flow test scheduled for that when we submit for our site plan.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Next item is Invitation Cove Construction Site Plan second submittal. I'm sitting in for Amir today as the project manager on this. The applicant is here in attendance. And would you like to address the DRC? I believe planning had minimal comments on this one.
Yes, I do. Just for Jeremy, sorry. I didn't need it today, right, Jeremy? Good morning. I only have a couple of quick questions. Ready? You're on the planning side, number 5 and 6. I don't know what they are.
What was the comment? Yes, so basically what he's saying is that the comprehensive plan says that in the transportation element, if you have T turnarounds, you can't do that. So you have to figure out basically a continuous loop road. That's what the comp plan says. And the following is stated: within areas designated for mixed-use development, on-street parking shall be encouraged. On-street parking is required in private right-of-ways adjacent to the townhomes. Doesn't appear that you've got on-street parking.
No, nor have we ever planned it. So, how do we get to the point we're at now where you're basically saying what we are proposing and what's been approved by council is now not allowed?
Right. Let us take a look at that offline.
Okay.
And I'll get back with you.
Sure. Thank you. And then Dale, and I see Vlad back there. I think we need to have another meeting, but just going over some of these, I'm going to hit the highlights. You may not remember, but have you read our response to comments?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what calculations are missing? So we've submitted all of the lift station calculations and
You've got the lift station
Mhm.
calculations, but you've got fire hydrants, so we need the water flow calculations. So,
okay. Okay.
and I didn't see any lift station. I mean, I saw the plans on the lift station.
Yeah, no, there's lift station calculations on there. And you're also saying that you want it to be public. This has already been discussed that it's to be private.
Are
So
is
where,
the roadway going to be public going
no, the
into it?
roadway is required to be private also.
Okay. And so the sanitary, the water, everything on site
The
is going to be
sanitary, the water will have to be public because it's water. We're not allowed to make that one private. The sanitary, I guess that's up to you guys. We're going to have the lift stations going to be private. And so that's up to you guys if you want the mains to be private as well.
I would think if we don't have the lift station,
We
we
can keep
would
the
not want the
mains.
sanitary, but let's have a conversation with Vlad after the meeting.
Sure. And then, and I understand you may need the, to discuss some of this offline, but some of the comments I don't know what you're actually looking for. Like, you're wanting us to move the westerly entrance out of the drainage easement. I don't know what you're,
Well, you've got the, and if all that's going to be, private drainage, because I didn't know if this was going to be a public right of way or not. If it's not going to be a public right of way, then the drainage easements I really don't care about because it'll be owned, you know, by, I would assume, the property manager. But if it was going to be a public road and a public stormwater system, some of those pipes are right next to what appear to be right of way lines, and I want drainage easements for future maintenance because whoever has to go in and do any repairs to the pipe will have to put in a fairly wide trench, slope it back depending upon the depth of the pipe. So we typically get easements.
this one was talking about our westerly. So I assumed it was our roadway that was heading towards the west. So that
I
was,
what and I was trying to get my
it said
comment.
move westerly entrance out of the drainage easement. So the only thing we could think is that you didn't want our connection to the west. I really,
No, that may have been my poor typing. The drainage easement is on the westerly side of your easement. It's where the pipe goes out to the existing
yeah, the
manhole.
pipe's actually in our right of way. Yeah.
So, but if it's private, yeah, like I
Okay.
said, all those comments can be ignored.
Yeah. And then there was the one about the ADA ramps can't be in the valley curb. I don't know where you're
You've got on the
referencing.
sidewalk, you're going to be replacing the ADA ramps with your entrance,
Hmm.
and all you show is a straight line for your sidewalks. They're going to be flares and all of that. I just want a detail to show me how those ADA ramps are going to work with the valley curb that you have
Okay.
going
So you
across your
just want,
driveway.
yeah, because they're not really next to each other, just want detail. And then, I mean, again, we'll try to do a meeting so we don't hang up Mr. Potts over there because he's got to go to breakfast or something. Um, let me just the geotech. We have a 5-acre site with 17 borings. Do you really need another boring? And
Well,
all the borings are pretty similar.
the borings where you uh, basically proposed the seasonal high groundwater are at opposite ends of the sites,
Mm-hmm.
and the one in the northeast corner is nowhere near the pond, and that's the sort of the one that you relied upon for the seasonal high groundwater. If you go to the one that's on the southwest corner, it's closer to the ponds, and the seasonal high groundwater is higher and wouldn't meet our standards. And your borings are from, I guess, your previous design
Mm-hmm.
when they were
They are.
apartments, and the work is 4 years old. So I don't know if truly, I'd like for you to go back to your geotech and can you draw a straight line between, the borings on the southeast and the northeast and tell us what the seasonal high groundwater is?
And we also have so you're okay if we get a letter from the geotech. And we also have a letter from previous about, I know one of your other comments was with the separation with the season high, but we've got a letter from the geotech that was submitted previously from non on this one. So are you okay with just a letter from the geotech?
A letter, and as long as we get our 3 feet of clearance.
Okay. And then, like I said, we can go over into detail some of these other ones with the way ICPR works and some of your comments towards that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is everybody got available? Vlad, do you have availability in the near future to? You want to pay? I was just saying if you were going to buy donuts for later check. No, do you have future availability in the near future to go over this project? To have a meeting? Do you have time for a meeting in the near future? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. And Jeremy's all good. Yay. No, no, no. That wasn't an opportunity to speak. No.
We had a discussion yesterday regarding the auto turn comments, and as long as the auto turn confirms with realism on site, I'll be okay with it. Thank you.
Thanks. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Kim. All right. Absolutely.
Good morning. Shane Acevedo, the developer owner of the property. So as you know, we've had a previous design, and then town owns more suitable for the site. So we proceeded about 8 months ago to go through the whole process again. I don't know if you know the site, but we have serious homeless camps that go out there. I mean, I get called all the time from police to remove them. I mean, trash. It just is constant dumping of furniture, and we're constantly having to maintain it. At one point, we got a code violation for $80,000 out there after spending, $15,000 cleaning it up. That all got waived and everything, but it's just been a real hassle. Is there anything from this juncture we can do to get a site clearing permit expedited? I just think it would benefit the shopping center, us, the city, if we can get the site cleared. And it would stop a lot of the trespassing and dumping of furniture.
So the site clearing permit's issued through Public Works, and it's usually issued upon completion of the reviews and approval of the permits. Dale, if you want to.
Is there anything we can do?
Well, what I'd like to get is an erosion sediment control plan. There wasn't one in the package, and that is one of my comments.
I'm sorry, what?
A sediment and erosion control plan for the site. That was not in the submittal.
Well, there's a silt fence shown on the grading plan, but I can make a separate sheet showing just the silt fence.
Well, I didn't see where the silt fence was around the site, your construction entrance, or anything else on the plan.
We'll get you one. It's just, but if we keep getting random comments when we submit, it's just holding him up because this was like,
Well, it's just,
you know, all these comments
Well,
on submittal two.
well,
so submittal
well,
one.
and I missed it last time. But this is something that is standard on every set of plans that we get, because when you go to your pre-con, we tell you you can't do anything until you set up your erosion sediment control and it's inspected by our inspector and you
okay.
get approved.
Yeah.
But he has to, we want a set of plans, to look at.
So if we get that to you, can we get some type of exception here to get clearing going?
Well, if you clear that, that's
And Vlad, can you come up on the record?
so if you do a clearing of the site, you will have to probably provide at least one of the retention ponds. So somehow the water can be captured because everything slopes to the south. And I was just driving there, just checking on some other sites. And it seems like you already have a silt fence along the south side, and some of the silt fence is already down.
Yeah, that's from
So-
jumping over.
So if you clear the site, you're probably gonna need a double silt fence on that side, on the south side,
Absolutely.
because we just a few days ago we had multiple sites that actually with a single silt fence, it went completely down and went to the other
No,
property.
we'll do whatever needs to be done. If we can just start clearing, this allows us to move through these comments where we're at right now, and it would be very helpful for everyone.
It's just been an ongoing thing with the illegal dumping, and then he's got to pay money to go out there because the code enforcement comes after him, and then he's got to go pay.
And it's a homeless camps. I mean,
And
many have been
it's-
arrested.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
I know there's some history to that.
Yeah.
Bobby, did we approved some mass grading before that, right?
I believe when Richard was here, some had been approved.
Okay,
yes.
so maybe prepare like a mass grading plan, and we can get going with that while we're finishing up
That would
all
be
the
awesome.
comments,
That'd be
So
very
just
helpful.
send it to you guys, so you would do.
Yeah, you can submit it to OpenGov, and then
Okay,
just
formal submittal, or
Well,
just-
why don't we do this just and I know it's not right of way, but you're going to be putting your construction entrance out in the right of way. So why don't you, we've just started doing right of way permits online. Why don't we just do it as a right of way permit? Yeah, just, for the site clearing.
But I think it's going to have to be documented as a mass grading.
They could just submit a construction site plan and it would be a mass grading plan,
Yes.
construction site
Yeah. Yeah. So you can start with
process.
the project. I think that's going to be better.
Have you put no trespassing signs
We
up?
put everything. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And clearing allows us to put cameras up now
Mhm.
and be a little more visible. Like
I think historically that site has
Yeah.
that problem.
Yeah, we've looked. All right, so hopefully that solution works.
That would-
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
absolutely.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, community development has nothing further. We'll look out for the submittal of the mass grading plan. Police, anything additional?
No comments.
Public Works, anything additional?
No additional comments.
Fire.
No comments. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I won't see you for a while, Jeremy. You can't beat me up.
So you brought the helmet for nothing, right?
I have irony now. I spoke to
It was your
him.
Halloween costume, correct?
Now that we've got the chief is his last name's Halloween. His last day's Halloween, right? Chief of police.
Yeah, Chief McKinley's last day
So
is
everybody
Halloween.
dress up like police officers.
Take care, Kim. All right, next item is Keene Road Retail Construction Site Plan resubmittal, or construction site plan amendment for submittal. I'm the project manager on this. The request is to eliminate a sidewalk on Keene Road. There had been a compromise reached with the Public Works Department on that. The applicant is here in attendance. If you have anything to add, Mr. Potts, feel free to come up and address that before the DRC.
From the comments I saw, the only one I wanted to ask about, Dale, was there was the one about the easement, and we could provide the easement, but I'd request that it doesn't hold up this revision approval. Make it a condition of COC.
I'm good with that.
Perfect.
All right. Community development has nothing further. Police,
No comments.
Public Works,
No comments.
Fire.
No comments.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much.
All right. The next three, I am pinch hitting for Gene, who is out of the office, and it is Wingspan ABC Kelly Park Village Revision Construction Site Plan second submittal. It does not appear that the applicant is here. There were no comments from planning and zoning. Did any DRC members have any questions or comments on items 3, 4, and 5? It's pretty much the same project.
I submitted my comments a little
Okay.
bit late. One of them was, one of the out parcels was fine. The other had a couple of comments, and the main, parcel, wasn't much of a change either.
Okay.
But I submitted them
All right.
after you closed it down.
All right. We will go back in and reissue those to the applicant. Community development has nothing further. Police, anything
comments.
additional? Public Works,
No other comments.
Fire.
No comments. Thank you.
All right. So that takes care of those. Any items for discussion? All right, we're adjourned.